Homeowners who are thinking about selling have a checklist of things to do before putting their home on the market. But there are key tasks that can be overlooked, things that are important enough to make or break a sale.
So welcome Nancy Braun, award-winning realtor and owner of Showcase Realty, to the show to help us navigate and walk through these waters. Hello, how you doing today?
Good morning. Good.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. Okay, Nancy, buyers are savvy. You know that. We all know that. And if they're using an experienced realtor like you, like yourself, there will be a thorough inspection, of course, and assessment before they buy. What is the most important thing that a seller needs to address before listing their home, or one of the most important things?
Well, they must check all of their appliances and check all of their furnace and their water heater, making sure they're all operational, that they've been serviced recently, that their filters have been changed, that their light bulbs are working. All of those things are going to come up and as possible issues on the inspection report, which they could be a non-issue. An inspector might think that the light fixture is broken just because the light doesn't go on, and it's just a matter of turning the light bulb a little more or switching it out. So we want to make those non-issues right at the beginning.
So let's drill down a little bit. So what should the appliance be in? What type of shape should they be in?
Buyers are very picky today. They have really high expectations. HGTV has really changed the world. Wow. So they want move-in ready. They want it really gorgeous. They want it sparkling clean. And they're expecting all their appliances to be stainless steel today and newer. They're really afraid of having to have unexpected expenses when they move into a home and have to replace things. And they're higher standards because of the remodel HGTV kind of effect. They think that their home should be as beautiful as what it is on TV. Yeah.
Okay, something for sellers to think about. Let's talk about the sprinkler system. That could be an easy thing to overlook. Is it critical for the seller to make sure that the sprinkler system is in perfect working condition?
Yes, it's a simple, easy thing to do, but a homeowner might have that inspected. So we're supposed to be winterizing our sprinkler system now to make sure that they don't freeze. So make sure you call your irrigation company and have that addressed. And then you're going to have it de-winterized in the spring. And at the time that they do that, they're going to make sure all those nodules and sprays are working. So simple fix. Don't make an issue of it if you fix it up front.
Well, what about here? Fireplaces, chimneys. Do I need to call a chimney sweep now to clean out my chimney, or do I need to clean up the fireplaces?
Yeah, it's a great idea. I think it's so overlooked. No one thinks about it. So if you actually have a wood-burning fireplace, absolutely call one of those companies that have the ability to go in and clean it out and just do a check, because you could have cracks in the mortar, and that could be really dangerous. So you want to make sure you have that check maybe every 5 years. Make sure that it's no real issues.
How much of a disclosure are we talking about?
Okay, so under North Carolina law and South Carolina law, you really have to disclose any known malfunction or defect to your home. So it could be as simple as an electrical socket. You know it doesn't work. Well, later on, if you didn't disclose it and you knew it wasn't working, you've really violated that rule. So you do have to disclose anything that you knew about it. It's some things that can come up to bite you after you close on the house, even after the buyer has done their due diligence and done all their inspections, and they bought the house in its present condition. But if they later buy the house and then the neighbor runs over and says, "Hey, Sally, welcome to the neighborhood. Did your seller tell you about the drainage issue they have in the backyard, the standing water? Did they mention that, you know, their AC unit needs Freon charge every summer? I see that truck pull up." Well, now that seller who thought they washed their hands of that house and walked away is under a legal obligation. So it could come back to bite them later. So over-disclose is better. Even if you know that there's a potential problem or an issue, it's better to disclose, because you don't want to have to look back later.
So what are some other tasks that the seller needs to address? And what I'm thinking about immediately is, you always have a lot of personal items and personal pictures when you're trying to sell your home. Is that a good thing to keep those things up or not keep those things up?
Well, I'm not a big stickler on that unless it's just overkill. You know, if there's, way too many wedding photos, way too many kids' photos, and it's distracting to the house, then I'm going to ask that we have them removed. We certainly don't want to have anything distracting from someone envisioning themselves in that house.
So you want a clean palette for the most part?
Yeah, ideally. If anyone's been to a new neighborhood and gone into a model home, that's like the whole, the perfect scenario. Of course, people live in these homes, so you're never going to get to that level. But sparse is always critical, and neutral tones are very good. Smell is, a real deterrent. So if there's scents in the house, it might deter someone. If there's a smoker in the house, it's certainly going to be an issue. All of those things you just have to think about what animal smells, pet smells.
Lots to think about for sure. Nancy can help you with all this. By the way, for a free copy of Nancy Braun's report on the 8 seller's tasks that can make or break a sale, visit readytosellnc.com. readytosellnc.com. You can also call Nancy at 704-488-3109, 704-488-3109. Nancy Braun, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.